preservation. Today, more than ever, an endless variety of preserved food imported from all over the world is available to consumers. Yet, as rich as we are to diversified taste, we are equally poor in the knowledge of traditional food preservation and its techniques in our own backyard. Preservation has been around since time immemorial. For most of the methods here in Sarawak, Borneo, preparation is determined by the weather and geographical location. From the highland to the sea and the jungle to the river, this culinary wisdom stems from oral history. The custom to keep food from spoilage and to extend shelf life of once the harvest has been passed down for generations. In Search of the Food Preservers covers the cross-pollination of the multicultural palates of its people, which is the epitome of Sarawak's food heritage. Most significantly, it's the cooking process strictly acquired by instinct that is truly at risk of getting lost and forgotten. 6 food preservers, 6 indigenous groups, and 6 traditional methods. And I'm obsessed with documenting and preserving our culinary culture. Magic in this episode is revealed through the technique of fermentation and artistry. So Jalan Padungan is my neighborhood. I walk down the street and everybody calls me auntie. All these mom and pop shops are still there. Many of them have been there for 30 years, selling vegetables or dried food stuff. Padungan for me is really one of my favorite. So a 2-minute walk for me, I find myself in this wonderful, typically Padungan shop house. But what was most intriguing, he was writing all this description. Half of the things that he wrote were ingredients from the jungle. That what triggered my curiosity.
Hi, Marian.
So tell me, what's the newest in your creation?
Wild passion fruit.
Wild passion fruit. Oh, that's
And I have the common also.
Capel is this young guy. You know, I just happened to see him. He was just sitting by a corner and sketching. And I just peeked at his sketches and I was just amazed because the way he sketches is like the drawings of tattoos. It had that same technique, but he was drawing his concoctions of mocktails and cocktails. When I spoke to him, he was telling me that he's Bidayu. I wanted to know if he knew Rafael Scott Abang, who is this well-known artist. And he said yes, but he had never met him. In the area where Rafael Scott Abang lives, there are a lot of limestone mountains and hills, and he paints that constantly because these limestone mountains is going to disappear because they are constantly excavating them. So physically, it is getting smaller and smaller. In many ways, I associate that excavation of this natural limestone mountain as our traditions, our cultures, you know, how we have modern technology take over our lifestyle. It takes away our tradition sometimes.
Welcome to RSA Gallery. This is my father's sanctuary. I'm the one doing for his part.
And you are also an artist.
Thank you. Yes,
Yes, absolutely. Okay.
that style was the abstract and pouring techniques lately, especially into his 50s. Very different from when he was in his 40s. And his hands were still good before he got triple arthritis into his late 40s. So this art's way actually when he revolved between those two periods.
When I was watching him looking at one particular painting, it was as if the painting was saying to him, it incredibly was a painting of the kampong next to his. And he was absolutely mesmerized by it.
First time I stepped in here just now, I was wandering around here, like I was attracted to it. I just realized that it's a kampong in Chin, which is where my hometown is.
And it turned out that RSA, the Hotspot Abang, had passed this kampong many times.
It's a moon over the mountains, all in abstract. So the moonlight just hits between the kampong, very mysterious and dark night. But there's romanticism inside.
So back to Kapel, he makes ragi. And ragi is yeast. And ragi is something that's used to help fermentation. To ferment rice, I asked so many people about making ragi. To my surprise, I couldn't find many. Most people said we buy it.
First, we just take the
What kind of ginger is this?
it's the Dayak ginger
And did you get it specially somewhere?
from Japan,
Oh, okay.
and my sister brought it yesterday. So
Right,
that's
okay.
175 gram.
All right. It's the galangal.
Yes, and ginger in them.
All right. Also 175.
Yes, 175 gram.
The steps are very simple. He used a blender.
And just regular water.
Yes.
Doesn't have to be warm or
Distilled water is
distilled water.
So we just blend that in.
What is the consistency you're looking for?
Paste.
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 All right. So what do you do now?
So I just take the thing up. So this is 2 cups of rice flour. Okay, we just get that in. See?
Is it good? No?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
It is
Oh,
good.
that's cool.
So we pour the whole thing in.
Black pepper and
Cinnamon.
cinnamon.
Smells nice, right? Right. So I'm gonna put that in. Just a drop.
Can you use fresh pepper, crushed, and then
Yes.
will it ferment as well?
Usually in the olden ways, they use ground mint and the black pepper corn itself
Oh,
in
okay,
there.
okay.
But I try to modernize things, so
Rice flour, add some sugar, mix it into like a dough, adding water little by little until it gets to this pliable dough.
cover it up with kitchen towel or a small tiny
basket.
or basket
Yeah.
and leave it for half an hour. That
We'll be back in half an hour.
yes.
We have a most incredible demonstration about the ragi. Do you know if the ragi belongs to a specific indigenous group?
I don't really know, because when I was growing up, I know that the natives will make ragi for their tuak, and my grandmother,
Which,
the Malay side,
okay.
yeah, the one who adopted me, she is actually half Malanao. She made ragi, and as a little girl, I've always helped her to to make ragi. So they will pack it and put it under the bed because those days the bed are high, right? So they put it under the bed and they cover it. The reason why they asked me was because I was a little girl. They do not want anybody who's older because they're afraid if anyone had a menstruation, they think it's taboo because the ragi will become black or red. It doesn't come white.
So you put it under the bed.
Yes.
Can you describe that a little bit more?
Yeah. We use leaves. They call it daun simpo. We pack it on the leaves and then put it under the bed. One by one, when it's all done, we will cover the bed so that it's dark and cool, you know. It's more or less fermentation is done for the next 2-3 days until the ragi is dried up.
So that's half an hour.
Yes,
Yeah?
that's half an
Okay.
hour.
Okay.
It's well rested, so you can like roll them easy.
Instead of what one usually does, that is you make it flat, he makes it into a ball. And why do people use that shape? It's like a flat disc. It's because it dries faster.
What then do you do?
I don't really do measurements. I just do dumb and do. That's what it is.
So once this is ready, how long will you to sun it?
To sun dry it,
Yeah.
2 to 3 days, depending on the size of the balls.
But he does his in the shape of a ball. Later on, did some fantastic juices with it.
And then it's ready to make tuak,
Yes.
to make tapai,
Yeah.
and what else?
Pie, nasi manis.
Do you remember what the ragi was used for?
For our community, usually grandma will do it for tapai. Sarawak only do tapai from rice. West Malaysian will use tapai with glutinous rice. So they're two different things.
With this ragi, we gave him challenges to make cocktails, and it's quite possibly also mocktails. With the first challenge was to make something out of kamunting, and he did an incredible representation with the kamunting. So, are you ready for the challenges?
Yes, I think I am.
The first one is the wild kamunting. Actually, the kamuntings, you find them on the roadside
Yeah,
very easily.
that's kamuti.
Is it?
Yeah,
Yeah, take the branch, the whole branch, so it stays alive. Oh, I love the smell. So, what have you come up with?
As you can see, these are the berries. The kamunting berries.
What do the plants look like?
This is what it looks like when it's ripe. See? This is the raw one, and if it's ripe enough, it will pop open and it will look like that. That's the berries that I'm using. Yeah. So the first one, I'm gonna muddle the berries. Okay. These are the langkau that I made from the ragi. So, this chin. There's 30 of this. See the color?
Yeah. Wow, purple.
Yeah, purplish. Now I'm gonna put some sugar syrup, some ice. Okay. And I'm gonna top it up with lemon lime soda. Kamunting, flour. And the dehydrated lime. So that's it. That's the kamunting, the
Wild storm. Well, it's It's certainly wild because I've never had a drink made with kamunting.
Oh,
And it is delicious.
thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, you passed the first test with flying purple color from the kamunting, yeah? Okay, now the second challenge is the wild passion fruit. So what have you done?
I have a little something called RSA Passion,
All right.
a little tribute to Raphael Scott Abeng.
I felt that Capel is so attached to his Bidayu culture, but did not know how to combine his creativity to his drawings, creative concoction for the drinks.
Was the Bidayu tradition very present in his way of thinking or his approach to art?
To him, everything that brings him back to his childhood. He's younger when he was in the kampong. His sea was always like the rivers, the hills, and those things are the only thing that keeps him going and alive. It's about home and family. When he was younger, around 18 to 21, he was away overseas for a very long time. And he was on and off England to do his art studies and broadcasting as well. So a very rare opportunity offered to him by the British Council. That is so special. And he is a gift to me. He's my treasure.
I've known him for a bit, and as he has said to me, there's such a stereotyping of living the kampong. And he said, you know, we're not kampong boys. You know, we do have dreams. We do have desires to invent, to create. Whether it is in the drawings, whether it is concocting, he says he doesn't feel the respect. And I feel something that having inspiration from a giant of a painter like Raphael Scott Abeng might have boosted him to no end.
Violette is such an inspiration to me. The thing he do, the way he expressed himself. I know we're a bit different because he's doing it through art. I try to do it through my special concoctions. I think we're like emotionally connected to it.
So what have you done?
First thing, some fresh lime juice. And the master ingredient itself, the wild passion fruit syrup.
Ah, so that's the syrup that you have made the wild passion fruits with.
And some pineapple juice.
Pineapple juice.
Okay. And these are cinnamon rum.
Cinnamon rum
Barrio cinnamon rum.
that you made.
Yes.
Barrio cinnamon
Rum.
rum. 2 shots.
2 shots.
60.
Yes.
60 ml.
60 ml. And a little extra love.
Extra passion.
Extra passion, yes. And this is the tapaiche.
Oh,
Actually, inspired from the Mexican. This is our very own version of tepache.
tapeche, but you use your ragi
Ragi, the one that we made earlier.
to make
Tapaiche.
tapeche.
Tepache is a Mexican drink. It's a Mexican beverage made from the rind of the pineapple and the pineapple husk itself. Basically, it's the whole pineapple. Put some brown sugar and few spices like cinnamon, anise, and cloves. So I just put it in there, ferment it for a few days. Then I add the ragi. So I'm gonna use this a little bit in here. So there it goes, the good stuff.
So what is this?
Extra secret ingredients, but I'm gonna put it in.
Put it in and then we'll talk about this.
Sure. So a few dishes of these.
I like to know a little bit about it because I think I asked you. So tell me, that is in it.
In the form of a bitter. Yeah. And the redness of the bitters come from the mangosteen skin.
Okay.
And there's this hint of citrus sourish thing in here.
Yeah.
Came from the patata. Yeah.
Dehydrated mangosteen skin and patata. All right.
That's it. Then some ice.
What's inside?
That's banana leaves. Yeah, I'm just gonna put it greens in there and some aroma. The wild passion fruit vines
Correct.
for the garnish and some dehydrated calamansi. So that's the RSA's passion.
With the papai che, alright, he makes this incredible cocktail.
Bye.
Right?
I think I'm going to leave with this. It is really, really good.
I know.
I'm really amazed.
It was so refreshing, literally, just like pineapple juice, but without punch. And I think something also changed in Capel because he saw the struggle in RSA's early lives. Somewhere along the line, it gave him boldness to be bold. Just try it.
Anyway, Capel, what a day. You showed us so much about the ragi,
Thank you.
about your culture, and meeting June.
Meeting June and remembering the late dad,
Yes,
which is like a big inspiration to me.
Yes. And what hit me was in you, this frustration that came out. So thank you.
Thank you. Cheers to that. It is indeed good.
Yes, that is good.
The first ever Kamunting.
The first ever Kamunting cocktail by Capel.
Cheers to the broken dream.
Yes, that can be mended.
That can be mended.
In the end, pairing the traditional and the contemporary isn't just about past techniques. It's about reaching that right balance, neither losing one's heritage nor be a deterrent to a whole new taste. Walk down any street in Kuching City and you're bound to hear different languages and dialects spoken thanks to the multi-ethnicity of 29 major groups. And as such, it is a real melting pot of boundless types of cuisines. No matter the indigenous group that we come from, our ancestors had planned that we would never be short, passing down traditional methods of preserving food to last until the next harvest.